What's going on, YouTube? This is Jeremiah, aka Analog Set, and I have a little gameplay here that I would like to share with you. Um, yeah, here it is. I actually got this game when I was making my Striker review, and I'm using a Striker suppressed with kick. It's really nothing too fancy at all. But I don't know, it was just a weird game where everything kind of fell into place. I mean, the score's not even that great. It's nothing to, write home about and be like, "Oh my god, mom, I just gotta." No, it's not one of those. But I don't know, just the entire game I was really surprised at my performance and just how well I was doing, considering I was using a Striker with a suppressor on it. That's not exactly what you think of. Well, that's not the first thing you would think of when when you're thinking about a shotgun class that you're gonna build. But I was using it just to level up my Striker faster, do the challenges and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not really here to talk about the gameplay. I kind of got sidetracked on that. But it's kind of a crazy class, and it's actually how I used to always use the Striker in Modern Warfare 2. When I wasn't using the spaz and I wanted to, mess around with the shotgun, I like throwing a suppressor on the Striker. I don't know, just to me, it felt like it was a good combination. Just because it usually is a two-shot kill anyway, so being able to stay off the minimap, and it doesn't really hurt its range all that much. I don't know. I'm thinking of throwing range proficiency on this with a suppressor and seeing if that helps it at all. But like I said, not really talking about the gameplay, and I've already killed almost 2 minutes. Okay, so actually, I just wanted to tell a story. Okay, no, first off, regarding me telling stories, the last story I actually told, which was me just talking about crap that, thieves and people breaking into stuff. It was my White Boy 7th Street robbery video response. And, I really wasn't actually expecting that to get as much love as it did. And I just want to say everyone, who subscribed, who sent me a message or left a comment, all your kind words were very much appreciated, especially at a time when, I was really questioning my YouTube channel and if I was, doing anything right with it. I hadn't really been getting any activity lately. But then that one video came out, and it felt good just to have people saying, "Hey, I liked your video," and that was really cool. Like, it totally made my day. Even though I had a really bad day, it wasn't a bad day just because of like all the people who were giving me love and giving me kind words on the video. And because of that video, they started looking excuse me, they started looking at other videos and whatnot, and I was getting some views and some comments, and it wasn't even a lot, like by a big channel standards. It was actually probably a really small amount. But to me, as a really tiny indie channel that I am, it was really cool, and I just want to say thank you guys. And if anyone's wondering why that day was so bad, I had to work that day, so that's never fun. And then at work, I work at a crappy retail job, which is really crappy. Anyways, there was a guy that came through my line, and he's basically someone who had stolen like $20 from me a couple of years ago, and he was just a total douchebag. And then just having to wait on him and serve him because he went through my register, that just it put a damper on my day. But I really tried not to let it get to me. I really think karma kind of settles things eventually in one way or another. So I just kind of let him be. I didn't mouth off to him or anything like that, even though I really wanted to. But like I said, I was at work, so yeah, I didn't really want to get fired over some douche who wronged me a few years ago. So it wasn't worth it, and he'll get his eventually someday. But talking about work, I actually wanted to say, share, I should say, an experience I had with my very first job. So this was my first job on the books. I'd had a summer job that was off the books, but that's a different story. Anyway, so this is my first real job. It was actually another crappy retail job. I was working at a clothing store called Hollister. I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but that was my first job. And it was only because I knew a good amount of people who were working there, so they just kind of put in a good word for me, and that was pretty cool. I mean, it was kind of a crappy job, but anyways, working at the tail end of the summer, beginning of fall, at Hollister, I through weird ways. Anyways, I found out this one girl, a new girl actually. Like I'd already been there for a little bit, maybe like a month or so, and this new girl showed up, and I just like her friend got hired with her, and me and her friend were talking, and just hearing her talk and hearing other people talk, I found out that she had this like really big crush on me, and I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever, because wasn't really into her too much. I mean, she was, no, yeah, I just wasn't into her. But through just weird chance and circumstances, one night I was really bored, couldn't sleep because we were working night shift at Hollister. We weren't working when it was open. Like we were putting the store together after it had already closed. But anyways, one time we were hanging out. Well, no, like I think I like called her or something after work. And, this is like 6 in the morning. Couldn't sleep, really bored. We ended up meeting up, hanging out. We went to like a restaurant, had coffee and cigarettes, and we're just kind of hanging out, bored. We ended up running into someone else I knew, kind of cool with, and then we ended up going back to his house, and then drank some alcohol, hung out, whatnot, and basically somehow we ended up back at my house, and things took place. Yeah. So that happened maybe one or two other times, and alcohol was always involved because when I was sober, I just wasn't really into her. But you're drunk and you're happy and you're kind of comfortable, and you just become a little more loose and relaxed, and sometimes you do stupid shit. Anyways, eventually I got like really fed up with her because this chick was crazy. Like I shit you not, this chick was crazy. I remember one time like I was trying to go to sleep, and she was sleeping over, and she was in my bed, and I was just really angry at her because she's been like pulling all this crazy drama bullshit, and I was just like, you know what, I don't want to see this girl right now. I don't want to like be even next to her. So I left my room. I went into my little brother's room, and he had like 2 different beds in his room. So I went to the bed that wasn't being used, and I shut the door, locked it behind me, and went to sleep because I just didn't want to deal with her. So then I wake up in the middle of the night to this crazy girl picking the lock of my brother's room just so she can come in and like snuggle up or sleep, or I don't know. Look at this, I kill a juggernaut with a freaking striker suppressed. Anyways, yeah, I mean, that's how crazy she was, and that was actually kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, all right, you know what, you're crazy, you need to leave. And she's like, oh my god, what are you talking about? And I'm like, no, you need to go now. And yeah, so after that had happened, working with her was the most awkward, uncomfortable thing ever. I dreaded going to work on the days that we were scheduled together, which was pretty much every time we worked. And it sucked. So the moral of the story is, no matter how convenient or tempted you might be, or whatever the situation is, do not hook up with people you work, because if it doesn't work out, it is going to be horrible, and it's going to be awkward, and you're just going to hate work. I ended up leaving that job because of it, well, among other things, but that was one of the driving reasons. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a good one.